This day didn't go as planned or expected. I stayed up a little bit later, expecting to go out in the afternoon to get back to Walker Pass because I've got about, I think, 24 miles of more of the chaparral up hills and that sort of thing, so I did not want to hike that during the day in the heat and wanted to night hike it. Well, this afternoon I was unable to find a ride of any sort. I couldn't get Uber, I couldn't get Lyft, the trail angels I found didn't pick up, and I went out to the freeway or the highway, and I stood out there for hours in the sun with my thumb out, and the action I saw was the U.S. Navy police from China Lake, which is their facility is here, came over and asked for my ID and wanted to know if I had a drone, because apparently someone was flying a drone in the area, so she needed to search my pack and do that. So that was the most significant action I saw all afternoon. So it's the evening now, and I just came back, got a room. Luckily tomorrow is Monday, and Monday, Wednesday, Friday the Kern transport bus, or Kern Transit I think it is, runs, and so I can get a ride out there on that and get out to Walker Pass. So it's my plan. Couldn't make it happen today. Still feel tired from being out in that heat, but tomorrow get back out to the trail and hit it again. Whew, what a strange day. Back at the trailhead and ready to finish out the desert segment. Got a little of a breeze, so that could be helpful as I hike during the afternoon. A little too much to get out my sun umbrella because I know it'll be a problem. Looking forward to finishing out the desert. It definitely looks like a storm candidate, but that's over toward Lake Isabella, so I am east of it. Maybe it'll stay over there. It's good to be out on the trail after that false start yesterday. Actually get out here and start heading up the hill. Got a little flat segment here. I'll take it. And looking forward to getting this section done. I'm really glad that the water carry is not crazy like the last one was, and I really don't need to go too far to get the first water, and subsequent waters aren't too bad either as far as I could tell, so that is good. Oh, but I'm kind of excited to see the foliage and everything change. I'm already seeing it look a little different with some green, more green appearing amongst the desert plants. So that'll be kind of cool to see as I get farther north. I hope those angry clouds don't come this way and dump rain, although if it rains I'm not really that concerned about it. I'm only concerned about lightning storms because I don't like to play dodge the lightning. That's a sucker's game. That was a pretty easy 11 miles to the first water. I just grabbed a couple liters because there's some more water in like 5.5 miles, which isn't too far, and then a few more spots after that. So don't need to have a huge water carry, so I'm not going to. That'll make things easier. Starting to get a little dark now, sun setting. Luckily it's staying dark a little later now. It's about 8 p.m. It's still late. I think I can get to a little past 9 before it starts getting pretty dark. But working pretty well. I'd like to see how far I can get tonight. Brain's a little tired. I don't think it likes the night hiking as well as it does the early morning hiking. Yeah, it's just not my favorite method, I guess. Or I try to stay up late and sleep in later, but I don't. I stay up late and then I wake up early anyway, so it's kind of tough for me. But ooh, that limb slapped me in the face. But I'm gonna see how far I can get. If I can hike to like midnight, that'd be good, and see how many miles I can make in, so that I get to Kennedy Meadows on time, since I have a ride scheduled. My friend is coming in a day and a half now, so I have to finish all my miles by then, which I don't think it would be a problem. Then I get a ride back to Fresno, and from Fresno up to Chester, and then I start there. So it's nice and cool right now, which is good. The mosquitoes are starting to come out, so I know those are going to be a problem up north as well. This is where the bug net comes in handy. I should have known that someone would commemorate mile 666. Kind of funny. These spiders, when you hit them from the right angle, their eyes sparkle. So I've been calling them sparkle spiders because as you're going around, you see things sparkling in the bushes and on the ground and everything. And at first I thought it was dew or something, but it's these guys. So you always know they're there. I ended up hiking to about 11 last night. I was tired, so found a spot near some water and set up camp. There wasn't the greatest campsites. Some of them had been kind of destroyed by blowdowns, but still made camp there and got 4 hours of sleep. I was going to sleep a little bit longer, but some mouse, I think, sounded like a little rodent, was outside, and I think he smelled my food bag. I'd hung it from a blowdown, which was the tallest thing in the area. I hung it from a limb off the blowdown, and I heard him scampering up and down the limb, up and down the trunk of this tree, obviously going, I smell it, it's here somewhere. It's when he came down to my tent, decided to try to dig underneath it, is what it sounded like he was doing. I said, okay, that's done. I'm getting up. You need to get out of here. So got up and made it up the next to last big hill. Just have one more before Kennedy Meadows. I'm halfway there. So stop for a little more breakfast, and then I'm gonna get going. So get some nice downhill now, so that's always nice. I had lunch and a quick nap, so getting a little recharge there. Filled up on my water. Well, did a little bit. There's supposed to be more water in 2.3 miles. That's reliable, according to other hikers. So I'm just going to carry enough to get to there and then fill up at that point. I'm on my last hill before Kennedy Meadows, and of course it's a 7-mile doozy in the sun here, so that could be fun. I'll see how it goes at the 2.3 water spot when I get water there. If it's just too hot to handle, I'll hunker down there for a little bit and then leave a little bit later. But I'm approaching the end of the spring. Was not very much flow, but enough to get water. I have 4 miles to get to the top of this mountain. It's 8,000 elevation to the top, so I know around 7 I'll start wondering if my lungs are failing me, because that's about when I start feeling like, why can't I breathe? So anywhere past that, I have to be in it a little bit and get used to it. But this is the last hill before Kennedy Meadows, so 4 more miles and then it's literally all downhill into Kennedy Meadows, which is good. I don't think I'm gonna make it all the way there today. There's a campsite 10 miles from here, and I'm gonna shoot for that one and then finish the rest of the miles early in the morning, because while I have some tree cover right now, after that campsite it's all open land, I guess, so it's just no shade or anything. So I'd rather just get some sleep and do it early in the morning. Looks like the Sierra's up there, but that looks like a fire. Hopefully someone's working on that. Looks pretty white, so maybe it's been put out. Pretty windy up here. Made it to the top, and now I get to go downhill. Probably 8 or 9 miles to where I was planning on camping, and then tomorrow morning I will head on into Kennedy Meadows. But almost done with the desert. That's pretty cool. Great views out here. Looks like that fire is nearly out. That's a good thing. It's 4 more miles to the campground, which is a good thing. I'm really tired. I think this night hiking, then sleeping 4 hours, then getting up and hiking all day in the heat thing, just tires one out. I've done it twice now, and I was tired both times. There must be a pattern. So I'll try not to do that if I can help it. Luckily, they're the long water carries down here. There's one up in Oregon that I know of. I don't know of any in Northern California or Washington, so maybe we won't need to do as many of those night hiking things, which would be good. But I'm looking forward to getting some sleep and then getting to Kennedy Meadows first thing in the morning. But at least I'm going downhill, and it was steep for a while, but it's a little more of a gradual decline, which I'm happy for. That steep downhill stuff, it can be worse than the uphill stuff sometimes. Oh, I really could have slept in more, but I wanted to get up at 4 and get ready to hit the trail and knock these miles out before it gets hot. Got about 8 miles to Kennedy Meadows and the completion of the desert section. And I think that's quite an accomplishment. I am technically in Kennedy Meadows. I still have another 2.2 miles to the general store, but I've made it 700 miles. I am glad I didn't try to make this segment last night. It's a fairly easy segment. Some hills, I'm on one right now, but nothing too bad. Much better to do when it's cool and you're rested. Relatively so, and it's nice. You get to walk along the Kern River for a while, which is really pretty. But almost to the general store, and the desert will be complete. Woohoo!
My real name, and you guys, where'd you get that trail?
Mike arrived, and we are making our way back out to Highway 395. So we think we're going to see if Sherman Oaks actually is a paved road all the way out. His adventure in was somewhat dirt road, but we'll see. Say hi, Mike.
Hello, world.